the entire global FX, crypto, and stock market crashed in a couple of days. And this is everything you need to know in less than 5 minutes. So whether you're a trader, you are just an economist, or someone who is interested in global affairs, it is very, very important for you guys to be informed on what actually happened or to better position yourself going ahead. So to begin with this, what actually happened, we just started with what we call the carry trade. So carry trade in normal sense is just what we call like a get rich quick scheme, or when people try to borrow from economies with lower interest rates and they invest in other economies with high interest rates, or they borrow money from economies with low interest rates and they invest in assets like maybe in the stock market, they invest in the crypto market, the commodities market, or the futures market. For example, the Japanese economy is known as one of the economies in the world with one of the lowest interest rate. I think their interest rate goes as low as 0.1%. 0.1% in Japan. That's why for a longer period of time now, the Japanese economy used to be known as the safe haven economy. All right, good. So what happened when individuals or big investors or even other economies want to invest? They go to China and they borrow that money. Since when you borrow money and you want to pay back, you pay an interest. Since the Japanese yen, so they go to Japan and they borrow money since it's having a very low interest rate. When they want to pay that money, they will be able to pay a very small interest rate. Let's take it comparatively. The United States is having an interest rate over 5%. UK have an interest rate over 5%. Even South Africa, where I'm standing, our interest rate is over 8%. So when borrowers want to borrow money, they look for economies where the interest rate is very, very low. And as of Japan, the Bank of Japan, for a longer period of time now, the interest rate used to stay even between 0 to 0.1%. So that is very, very attractive to investors to be able to borrow, for borrowers to borrow, since when they want to pay that money, they will be able to pay a very small interest rate. Good. So what can go wrong? What can go wrong, and what can actually cause the entire global Forex, crypto, and the stock market to crash? This is the small explanation. Remember, when people borrow this money with a small interest rate, what happened? Let's just say someone comes and the person wants to borrow like $1 million, right? The exchange rate normally used to be about 155. And when you mention the exchange rate is between USD and JPY, meaning for you to be able to buy one of the United States dollar, you need 155 of the Japanese yen. And let's just say someone is having 1 million. Let's just say someone is having like 1,000. I'm just going to use a very small figure so that you guys can easily understand. Someone is having $1,000, right? For $1,000, you exchange at this current exchange rate, what will happen? You'll be able to have $155,000 because you just multiply this by the exchange rate, and you'll be able to have 155 Japanese yen. This is what you have at this current exchange rate. With $1,000, you have 155,000 yen or Japanese yen. You see, this is at this current interest rate, when the interest rate is still at 0.1 and at the current exchange rate of what? 155. When these people exchange this money maybe into other foreign currencies and everything, what happened? They use that money to buy maybe stocks. They use it to buy stocks, Nvidia. They use it to buy iPhone, to buy they also invest it in the Forex or in the FX market. All right, FX market also stands for the Forex market. Some of them borrow that money from economies with low interest and they invest it in crypto. Remember, they are doing it in billions or in millions. All right, I just use this example just as a hypothetical example, but people are doing this in billions. So they borrow this money from these low economies, economies with low interest rates. Since when they want to pay, they'll be able to pay less interest, and they invest it in assets, in the stock market, in the crypto market, in the FX market, in the futures market, in the commodities market. And what happened? Overnight, the Japanese yen or the Bank of Japan, BOJ just increased the interest rate from 0.1% to to 0.25%. Right? This is where the crash came in. So the Bank of Japan is just BOJ. So the Bank of Japan few days ago just increased the interest rate from 0.1% to 0.25%. So what happens when the interest rate is increased from 0.1% to 0.25%? It means the exchange rate between, let's just take the United States dollar again, the exchange rate between the United States, remember we always write it USD JPY, right? USD JPY. It means the exchange rate between the Japanese yen and the US dollar and the Japanese yen has moved from 155 to almost about 144. Meaning you need, even for, if you have your money now in the United States dollar and you want to convert it to the Japanese yen, you instead have less of the Japanese yen. And another thing that also happens is when the interest rate is increased, it means when borrowers want to borrow money, or when borrowers borrow money and they want to pay, they'll instead pay a high interest rate. So because of this, what happened? People already borrowed this money in their billions and they invested in the crypto market, the stock market, the Forex market, and out of a sudden, the Bank of Japan just increased the interest rate from 0.1% to 0.25%. So remember, they are owing the Japanese yen, or they are owing the Bank of Japan, and they need to pay it back. So at that point in time, even your banker or your risk analyst or your financial advisor, they will already be telling these big companies that at this point in time, you need to sell everything, you need to liquidate everything to pay your debt before it is too late. So at that point in time, when they exchange that money to be able to pay back their debt, remember they are already in a big loss. That's why you see they'll be able to start, big companies will start selling all their stocks, crypto. People invested in the crypto market will start selling all the crypto. People invested in the Forex market will sell any currency pair that has to do with the Japanese yen. That was just what happened. This was seen on the entire global economy. Starting with the crypto market, you can see the crypto market was red everywhere. BTC dropped from almost about 68 or 67,000 right down to about 55,000 or even below. The Forex market was red everywhere. Any currency pair that has to do with the Japanese yen, what happened? You saw that currency pair dropping. Great Britain pound USD drop overnight and it's still dropping as we speak, as you can see on the chart. We saw USD JPY, the same thing. We saw AUD JPY. All those currency pairs were dropping. The same thing, the stock market also crashed and billions upon billions of money in the Forex market was gone overnight. Just because of that reason, because many people were liquidating their asset, liquidating their crypto to be able to pay their debts before it was too late. Remember, anytime the interest rate is increased for a currency, that currency tends to be more attractive, or it tends to give that currency more strength. And what is the impact for the economy? The impact for the economy is what the Bank of Japan or what the Japanese economy is going to be facing in few months to come or in the near future is going to be inflation. And anytime there's inflation, there's also, anytime as a trader, you always look for opportunities behind these things. Good. So that was what happened before you guys witnessed this crash in the Forex market. And remember, we're not just saying it in terms of, no, we're saying it's something which is very, very practical. Let me just show you guys an example on my phone, right? Let me quickly show you guys this. If you go on my phone, and let's just go on my phone and open USD JPY. This is the chart for USD JPY. You can see that's USD JPY, meaning we have, let's just quickly go here, or let's just go to another page, right? We have USD JPY. Good. So we have two economies here. We have the United States economy and the Japanese yen, and the Japan economy. What is our exchange rate? Our exchange rate as we speak, as the moment I'm recording this video, the exchange rate is on 144.979. Something which is going to, most of the time, let me just go on a daily time frame. And on the daily time frame, you guys can see what has happened in the next couple, in the previous couple of days. This is what has happened in the past couple of days. We've seen the entire market drop like the falling river, right? It just dropped. And now, when we mention of about 1.4, remember we mentioned of the exchange rate being at around 1.55. This is the 1.55 we're talking about, is when it used to be somewhere up here on 1.55. But after the interest rate was increased, or after the interest rate was increased from 0.1% to 0.25, we saw that drop in the exchange rate from 155.5 to almost about 1.44 as we speak. That's why we had this figure somewhere here. So how is this going to affect Forex traders? Now let's talk about Forex traders. If you're a Forex trader, how is this going to affect you? This is very, very important. So for all Forex traders, remember, when it comes to the Forex market, unfortunately, you will never see anything like JPY / anything, right? It's always something / JPY. You will never see a JPY being the first currency on the currency pair. So it's always something and JPY. Great Britain pound, JPY. AUD, JPY. NZD, JPY. CAD, JPY. So JPY is always the secondary or the quoted currency, the secondary or the quote currency. So in that case, since the interest rate was increased, which is positive for the Japanese yen, you expect the Japanese yen to be bullish. All right, you expect the Japanese yen to be bullish. But since in most currency pairs like this, we have the Japanese yen as the secondary or the quote currency, what do you expect? You expect this chart to go down. Can you see that? You expect that chart to go down because the Japanese yen is not the first currency on this currency pair. If it was the first currency, then it was going to respect the decision of that fundamental. Since it is a second currency, you expect it to be contrary, to have an inverse relationship with that particular fundamental. So the same thing applies for what? For Great Britain pound, JPY. JPY, you expect it to go down. CAD JPY, you expect it to go down. AUD JPY, you expect it to go down. Remember, we are talking about the decision in a long run. So in a long run, you expect these currency pairs to be bearish. So whether you are a swing trader or a position trader, this is something you should be able to have as a catalyst to be able to make an informed decision. Because whether you like it or not, this fundamental is going to affect Japanese yen pairs for a very long period of time. And remember, in the Forex market, when you buy and sell, it doesn't just go like a slingshot and hit your take profit. The market, most of the time, breathes in and out, in and out. Meaning, even though we are saying you should expect JPY pairs to be very, to be bearish, in most cases, you see something like this, where the market consolidate, then consolidate again, then consolidate. So even this consolidation, remember, this consolidation, there are still people who can be able to make money during this consolidation. Meaning you see people who will still be making money trying to buy Great Britain pound JPY. There are people who will still be making money buying AUD JPY or CAD JPY. Those are people who are trading it in a shorter period of time. Those are people who are trading it in shorter time frame. But for all swing traders or all position traders or even some day traders who trade with a 4-hour time frame or the daily time frame, as I showed you guys, let's just quickly go here on the daily time frame and you guys will be able to see what I'm talking about. So let's open here and you can see on the daily time frame what's happening. You can see how the market is dropping on the daily time frame. Let's just pick any other currency pair that has JPY. And let's see, CAD JPY again, CAD JPY. Daily time frame is the same thing. Pick any currency pair that has JPY, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be dropping. And this fundamentally is going to be like this for a couple of days, or it can even be for a couple of months. We can be able to have a consolidation. The market just consolidate a little bit against the trend, but you see it continue to be bearish for a very long period of time. So for Forex traders, that's something you need to keep at the back of your mind. And now you guys maybe this was your first time witnessing a crash in the Forex market or in the crypto market or in the stock market, but now you are informed, now you know what actually happened, and now even if something like that wants to happen tomorrow, you already know how to better position yourself. And the best advice I can give you guys is, when something happens like this, always look for opportunities. Always look for opportunities. Because just for this past 2 days alone, I've already made a lot of money in the Forex market, which is almost equal to what I made in the entire trading in July. Just in those few days where the market crashed, I made a lot just short selling the JPY, just short selling JPY or currency pairs that were paired with JPY. There was even a communique, which if I see the screenshot of that communique, I'm going to put on the screen. You guys will also see I had this information and at my disposal. The only thing I was just supposed to do is to react according to the information. So I hope you guys have been able to find value from this particular video. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section. What do you think about this particular crash? If this is your first time seeing a market crash, what you've learned from this particular video, and trust me, I'm going to reply to all the comments on this particular question. Follow the next videos which are going to be coming at the end of this screen. And if you want me to mentor you one-on-one, you guys already know what to do. Check the best Forex institution in the world as we speak now, which is Godlove University. And in Godlove University, you'll be trained from A to Z on how to make money in the Forex market. If you want to use the most viral Forex robot as we speak, Petrex Pro, also check the link on the video description. And anything that has to do with my recommended brokers, recommended pro firms, my free VIP or my free Telegram channel, check the link on the video description, and I'll see you guys on these other videos. Peace.